In the heart of Celtic lands, whispers of a spectral being have echoed for centuries. The Banshee, a harbinger of death and a symbol of sorrow, holds a haunting presence in Irish and Scottish folklore. Her mournful cries, said to presage the passing of a soul, have sent shivers down spines and ignited imaginations for generations. This eerie figure, often depicted as a wailing woman with long, flowing hair and a grief-stricken visage, embodies the deep connection between the Celtic people and the otherworld. Join us as we delve into the enigmatic world of the Banshee, exploring her origins, her various guises, and her enduring significance in the Celtic psyche. Unraveling the origins of the Banshee is akin to navigating a labyrinth of ancient myths and legends. Some scholars trace her roots back to the ancient Celtic goddesses of war and death, such as the Morrigan in Irish mythology. These powerful deities were often associated with battlefields and were said to foretell the deaths of warriors. Others believe that the Banshee evolved from the tales of the Banshee, which translates to woman of the fairy mounds. These supernatural women were believed to be guardians of ancient burial grounds and were often depicted as washing the blood-stained clothes of those fated to die. The Banshee's connection to the otherworld, a realm inhabited by fairies and deities in Celtic mythology, further underscores her ancient origins. Despite the lack of definitive historical evidence, one thing remains certain: the Banshee's roots run deep in Celtic folklore, her origins intertwined with ancient beliefs about death, the supernatural, and the otherworld. In the annals of Irish folklore, the Banshee holds a prominent, albeit unsettling, position. She is primarily known as a harbinger of death, her mournful cries serving as an omen of impending doom. Tradition dictates that the Banshee's wail signals the death of a family member, often appearing near the home of the soon-to-be deceased. The Banshee's cries, described as a high-pitched wailing, a piercing shriek, or even a low, mournful keening, were said to strike fear into the hearts of those who heard them. However, the Banshee's role in Irish folklore extends beyond that of a mere messenger of death. She is also seen as a supernatural mourner, expressing the grief and sorrow that often accompany the passing of a loved one. Her presence, though often feared, can also be seen as a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and the inevitability of death, a concept deeply ingrained in Celtic spirituality. While the image of the wailing woman remains the most prevalent depiction of the Banshee, her appearance is not fixed. Throughout Celtic folklore, the Banshee takes on various guises, each with its own unique characteristics and symbolism. One common variation is the Banshee, or washerwoman, who is often depicted as an old woman washing the blood-stained clothes of those fated to die. In some tales, the Banshee appears as a beautiful young woman, her ethereal beauty masking her true nature. The Banshee's appearance, regardless of the specific form she takes, is often associated with specific colours. White, a symbol of mourning and the otherworld in Celtic culture, is frequently mentioned in descriptions of the Banshee's attire. Red, the colour of blood and death, is another common motif, further reinforcing her connection to the afterlife. Her ever-changing form only adds to her mystique, ensuring that the stories and legends surrounding her remain as captivating and enduring as ever. While often associated with Ireland, the Banshee's mournful cries are not confined to the Emerald Isle. In Scotland, the Banshee is often referred to as the Banshee, the washerwoman, and her appearance and behaviour differ slightly from her Irish counterpart. The Scottish Banshee is typically depicted as a solitary figure, often found washing clothes by a river or stream. Unlike the Irish Banshee, who may wail to announce a death, the Bean Nighe's presence itself is considered an omen, her appearance a sure sign that death is near. Legend has it that the Bean Nighe washes the clothes of those about to die, and to catch a glimpse of her is to receive a chilling premonition of one's own demise. The presence of the Banshee in both Irish and Scottish folklore speaks to the shared Celtic heritage of these two nations. One intriguing aspect of the Banshee legend, particularly in Scottish folklore, is the concept of hereditary banshees. These spectral figures, often referred to as Bean Nighe, are said to be bound to specific families or clans, their cries signalling the death of a clan member. The idea of a hereditary banshee suggests a deep ancestral connection between these supernatural beings and the families they serve. In some tales, the Bean Nighe is said to be the ghost of a woman who died in childbirth or through some other tragic circumstance. Her spirit, bound to her family line, continues to watch over them even in death. Her mournful cries a manifestation of her undying loyalty and concern. The concept of hereditary banshees adds another layer of complexity to the already enigmatic nature of these creatures. It suggests a deeper, more personal connection between the banshee and the mortal world, highlighting the importance of family and ancestry in Celtic culture. The banshee's most defining characteristic is undoubtedly her mournful cry, a sound that has sent shivers down spines and fueled countless tales of terror and sorrow. On a literal level, the banshee's wail is an omen of death, a supernatural announcement that a soul is about to depart the mortal realm. The cry itself is said to vary in intensity and duration, depending on the status of the deceased and the circumstances surrounding their death. Some believe that a loud, piercing shriek signifies the death of a prominent figure, while a low, mournful keen indicates the passing of a child or a young person. Beyond its literal interpretation, the banshee's cry also holds symbolic significance. It represents the raw, unadulterated grief that accompanies death, a primal expression of sorrow that transcends language and cultural barriers. In this sense, the banshee's cry can be seen as a cathartic release, a supernatural outlet for the pain and suffering that inevitably accompany loss. It is a reminder that death, though feared, is a natural part of life, and that grief, though painful, is a necessary step in the healing process. Despite its roots in ancient Celtic mythology, the banshee has not faded into obscurity with the passage of time. Her mournful cries still echo in the modern age, her legend persisting in literature, film, and popular culture. From classic literary works like W.B. Yeats's The Death of Cuchulainn to contemporary horror films and television shows, the banshee continues to captivate audiences. The enduring appeal of the banshee likely stems from her ability to tap into our deepest fears and anxieties surrounding death and the unknown. She represents the unseen forces that shape our lives, the mysteries that lie beyond our comprehension. In a world increasingly dominated by technology and reason, the banshee offers a connection to a time when magic and superstition held sway. Her legend, passed down through generations, serves as a link to our ancestors, a reminder of the rich history and mythology that shape our identities. While often viewed through the lens of fear and superstition, the banshee's significance extends beyond her role as a harbinger of death. She also embodies important cultural values and beliefs, reflecting the Celtic worldview and the complex relationship between the living and the dead. The Banshee's association with family and ancestry highlights the importance of kinship and lineage in Celtic culture. The concept of hereditary banshees, bound to specific families for generations, underscores the enduring bonds of blood and the belief that death does not sever these ties. In a broader sense, the Banshee represents the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate balance between the natural and supernatural worlds. By embracing the Banshee, with all her eerie and unsettling qualities, we gain a deeper understanding of the Celtic psyche and the rich tapestry of beliefs that have shaped their culture for centuries. The Banshee, with her mournful cries and spectral visage, remains an enduring figure in Celtic folklore. She is a harbinger of death, a supernatural mourner, and a symbol of the enduring bonds of family and ancestry. Her origins may be shrouded in mystery, her appearance ever shifting, but her message remains clear. Death is an inevitable part of life, a transition to another realm that should be met with both sorrow and acceptance. The Banshee's enduring presence in literature, film, and popular culture is a testament to the power of her story. Her wail may send shivers down your spine, but it also carries a message of respect for the dead, the importance of family, and the cyclical nature of life and death.